you guys have put yourself quite into that playoff picture now, at least for those last spots, and the tough opponents start coming up on the schedule here for the next couple of weeks. What do you make of this stretch coming up, and what you guys maybe need to do, or to what in being successful over it can you prove about the team?
Well, I think we stay level-headed, and I've been preaching this since day one, that you stay in the moment, you control the things you can control, and not worry about the outside noise. And each and every week we've taken a few small steps forward, and so that obviously has put us in a better position than we were a few months ago. But the task is still the same, is trying to be better each and every day. And we know the opponents that are coming up, they're difficult opponents. For that matter, there's a lot of tough opponents in this league. So we want to stick to ourselves and try to improve our game, specifically on the defensive side, and create more chances on the attacking.
One thing you have been able to control this year is your adaptability in games, and obviously it's worked pretty well. Recently, the Charlotte game, you guys throw a lot forward, you get a couple goals. This game, you defended a lead well. I mean, how have you liked your guys responding to some of those changes you're trying to make throughout the game?
Yeah, they've been excellent. There's been some decisions that we've taken as a staff that maybe put too much on the players, and we own that responsibility. But over the course of the last couple of months, their adaptability, as you say, and their flexibility within systems, within strategies, within games, they've taken on extremely well, and that's a big reason why we're here today in the position that we're in.
Kerry, how have you seen the maturation level of this group continue to grow from when you first took over to now, where you're seeing out these games where that earlier in the year that one goal could have turned to two very quickly, but that didn't happen this time?
Yeah, it's a group that has each and every week developed more belief and trust in each other, trust in themselves, and they're gaining in confidence, and that's such a huge component in the game, outside of creating strategies and tactics and altering formations in the course of a game that you might be able to impact in a very small way. But the real key is the belief and the trust and the confidence in the group. And we've taken small steps after having been knocked down earlier in the season, that this group is now on steady footing, and we're looking to take the next step.
What is that next step?
More consistent winning, and now winning in key moments against good teams, top teams in the league, to prove where we sit. We've climbed out of the bottom. Statistically, we've climbed up in the standings, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to keep climbing in the table. And so we have to stay focused on who we are and what we're trying to be. That next step is just being better in all aspects of it. I use the word balance. Balanced teams are the ones that are there at the end, and we still have a long ways to go before we're consistently balanced both on the defense and attacking side of the ball.
We were talking a little bit about Ian there, and I think everyone knows that tackle he would have liked to have back, but the fact that happens in a game that you guys win, do you think that it's helpful for a young player to not be too hard on themselves?
100%. You obviously, when you give up a penalty kick as a young player, you feel like you're letting the team down, and it was quite the opposite. His contribution to the last two games has been significant, and a big reason why we've gotten results. In that moment against Colorado, which we haven't won now in 11 years, up against the Cauldron, 1-0 up, coming in the second half, absorbing a lot of pressure. What a great learning experience, not just for him as a young player, but this group, to show once again that they're able to preserve a result in a difficult environment. So it was a great moment for the team, a great moment for Ian. He's going to be better for it, and we're excited for him and for us.
What do you expect from Seattle?
They're the balanced team. They're good attacking. They're good defending. If there's one area where they're a little bit underperforming this year, it's set pieces. But and I know it's a key area of the game, but they compete extremely well. They're the model of consistency over the last number of years, and although they didn't get results in the Club World Cup, they performed extremely well. And so I expect what everyone expects from a Seattle team, a very tough team to play against, opportunistic, they drive and they put players forward, they possess the ball well. So this is going to be a litmus test for us to see how far we've come.
I think Bartlett's out for yellow card accumulation. How do you manage that? Is Radia back, or how do Who do you put in there, or can't you even talk about that at this point?
Well, we're still early in the week. I know that Radoya is back in training full this week, and so we will have newer options that we haven't had in previous weeks. So that's good that we have players coming back. But again, we're going to have to be flexible, a little bit creative, and most importantly, we'll have to be on the front foot and play with confidence.
Eric Tommy's kind of caught fire a little bit as of late. Have you noticed anything different that's kind of led to some of these performances?
Well, I think he's trending in such a good direction, as you say, and that's all built on his preparation. He prepares himself extremely well. Players go through little spells of highs and lows, and he's been mostly steady, but now we see an uptick in his performance and his production, and so I'd have to attribute that to his mentality and the way he prepares himself every day. That's why he's the captain of the team, he's the leader of the team, and it's great to see him now getting on the score sheet.
And deep-lying playmaker Pulse Camp?
Yeah, 2 assists in the season. I think, look, Johnny's done even more on the defensive side, as we know, but those are the extra pieces that we didn't expect going into the year for sure.